Well, you got to say, sometimes you feel like, man, I've been in a bad mood lately. I've been grumpy. I've been pissy. I've been snapping at people. I've been snapping about this, snapping about that. Sometimes you just got to take a breather and go, why am I so grumpy? Why am I so angry? What's wrong? What's happening to me? What's happening to you? What's happening to this gaming community? What has been causing all the negativity? What has been causing all the anger, all the hurt feelings, all the emotions? And I realize I went back and I watched my content since January 1st, and we've had a problem. We've had a major problem, ladies and gentlemen. I think I figured it out. I realized why I've been a dick, why I've been so mean. And it's all because of one simple reason. Can you guess what that is? Do you know in the live chat? I mean, there's only one reason that explains everything. Everything. And, you know, guys, I mean, I hate to get really emotional here with you guys because I just love doing this so much. Oh, but I have been such a dick. All because my hat was on the wrong way. Hat to the back is back for the rest of 2024. That's right, guys. I've been a jerk. I've been grumpy. I've been pissy. And that's because the goddamn hat has been in the wrong position for the entire 2024. If you think about it, we've been going hat to the front, hat to the front, hat to the front, hat to the front. And guess what? Look at my content ever since the hat's been to the front. Ever since the hat's been to the front, I have been a dick. I've been a dick on Facebook. I've been a dick on YouTube. I've been a dick on Discord. I've been a dick everywhere. But suddenly, I turned my hat around today and it's back to normal. I am me again. I am PDubs. It's all about the hat, baby. Welcome to the show. Welcome to Multicade Mondays. We got a lot of people trying to run us off the air right now. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. We got legal teams in an uproar. We got YouTubers backstabbing us. We got all kinds of weird backstage politics going on. There's so much bullshit in a community that's just supposed to be here to talk about video games. But no matter what happens, ladies and gentlemen, they cannot, they will not, they're not going to silence us. They're not going to turn off this microphone. You see this right here? They're afraid of this. They're afraid of this microphone, and not just the microphone. They're afraid of the man behind the microphone. You should have seen the crap that just came across my desk today. Oh my God. But guess what? I realized there was only one way to resolve those issues. There's only one way to kill them with kindness. There's only one way to make sure that everybody leaves PDubs alone. And that's to flip the hat back around, ladies and gentlemen. Flip the hat back around. Anyway, guys, let's say hi to who's here in the live chat. We got Chris Kingsborough's here. Marine 50's here. Yasmir's here. Adam Kolb is here. Gamer Fridge is here. Attica! King Ed V is here. A whole you guys are cracking me up. I can't even read your names because I'm reading your comments while I'm doing this. But yeah, back assword hack PDubs is back. That's right. And yes, I have my head shaved with like a one guard. So you're gonna see like receding hairline poking through the front of my hat. And if that bothers you, I don't care. I don't care. Eventually, I'm going to be cue balling it. I'm going to Stone Cold Steve Austin it. And PDubs 316 is going to say, I just whipped your candy ass, right? So it's going to be a good time. You're missing the dark sunglasses. That's all you need. There you go. Frank D is here. What's up, Frank? Good to see you. Herb Wars is here as well. Cyan Spirits, Christopher Scott, Shreddy B, Scotty Hollywood, Multicade Matt's here as well, wishing me happy anniversary. Yes, yesterday was my 17th wedding anniversary, guys. I've been married for 17 years. I know I look young. I know, guys. I know. Minus the gray and the receding hairline. I know. You would think I've only been married like 5 or 6 years, but no, guys. 17 years. 17 years, ladies and gentlemen. And big shout out to my wife, Melissa. Love you, baby. I know you're out there probably listening in your car ride home like you always do. And she's also been telling me, stop being so grumpy and mean. But I'm like, I can't help it. Everyone is just, it's like 2024 happened and this entire gaming community just turned stupid. Stupid. But, hey, man, it is what it is. We're here to have fun, celebrate video games, celebrate retro gaming, and try to have some fun while we do it, right? While we do it. We'll talk more about the Nintendo Yuzu stuff on Friday for Super Game Room Dude, so don't even ask me about that tonight. I still got to read all the articles, watch all the videos. All I know for certain is one side threw in the towel and shut everything down. That's all I know so far. So I don't know everything about that. So let's hold that until Friday for the Super Game Room Dudes. We'll put that on Nostalgia. That way Nostalgia's the one getting legal threats. Tonight we're going to talk a quick update on the 1943 Cabaret Arcade1Up mod that we're working on for you guys for Multicade Mondays. We're going to talk a little bit about my experience testing out the AtGames Legends Pinball. I know a lot of people, they receive these products, and myself included. When you receive a product, sometimes these products, especially if it's a very static product, like let's say an Arcade1Up, like if it's got 3, 5, 12 games on it, you could probably spend a day or two testing it out and put out a product review and feel like you spent enough time with the product to talk intelligently about it. The Multicade stuff, guys, you guys always know I'm always a bit slower when it comes to reviewing the Multicades because there's so much you can do with it and so much you can test. Like, guys, I've just gotten to the part where I'm hooking up my PC to it. I've gone through tons and tons of the stock games. I want to just give you my thoughts on the experience playing on that machine, Snoopy Pinball in particular. Got an interesting request as well for an upcoming interview. What else did I want to talk about? Oh, New Wave Toys. I want to talk about New Wave Toys just a little bit because this is supposed to be the week, right? This is supposed to be the big week. Let's kick off the show. Let's talk a little bit about New Wave Toys. So if you guys remember New Wave Toys, this is the week where we're supposed to hear from New Wave Toys and Glenn's Retro Show about their whatever product it is they've been collaborating on, whatever this collaboration product is. Obviously, I don't know what it is as of right now, this minute. We could only speculate. I can tell you one thing, though. When it comes to loose lips, sinking ships, I've heard no rumors. Like, I've had 1 or 2 people reach out to me and say, hey, I heard it's going to be this, but with like nothing to back it up. So I've heard a couple of rumors, but nothing substantiated, nothing that you could say there's hard evidence that this is going to happen. You know, the way like you could find stuff with Arcade1Up and AtGames and iArcade and other companies where you could literally find stuff online and be like, this is 100% happening because it's on this website, right? Or something of that nature, or I got screenshots or something like that. So which is good because I want everyone to be surprised. I want to be surprised. As of right now, this minute, I'm going to be surprised. And I'm looking forward to hearing what it is. I'm hoping it's not delayed any further. I'm hoping this is the week it happens. I have no idea what day it would happen. I'm assuming worst case scenario when Glenn does his show on Friday nights, kicking it old school, maybe they'll announce it then. Something of that nature. But yeah, I'm super excited to hear about it. Are you guys excited to hear about it? Oh, I've heard everything. Cyan. I've heard everything. I've heard everything from it's a Berserk cab, a Frenzy cab, a Food Fight cab, like all the ones that they have existing licenses for. I've heard a lot of rumors that it's going to be an existing license that they're just going to make into a big, like 3/4 and up, or like, well, it wouldn't be 3/4, larger arcade machine. And hopefully that's the case. We'll see. If they secured a new license and it's going to be a new license that we haven't seen before yet, that would be great. I always would prefer some classic 80s arcade games. I think that is when those games are really, really fun to me. So I would like to see that myself. You guys got to let me know what you're thinking in the live chat. Yeah, so there've been a few rumors out there. We'll have to see what it's actually going to be, but hopefully it's this week, man. Hopefully it's this week because we need more companies, right? Like we need more companies. Like you got basically two big companies, and then you got companies that make smaller form factor products. One company's on a downward spiral. The other company is growing, beating their chest, and thinking they're all that at the moment. You know what I mean? So it's like it'd be nice to have more options in this space, right? Nice to have more options in this space. Zero Redux says, manage your expectations. Akari Warriors. Yeah, well, keep in mind too. Um, here's when Glenn was dropping all his teasers. Glenn did mention that whatever he was working on, and maybe he was pulling our legs, maybe he was just teasing, maybe he was putting out a red herring. Do you know what a red herring is? Maybe it was one of those situations, but I remember when Glenn was talking about it, he said that when it came to the product with New Wave Toys, I recall this. This was a few months ago. Glenn said the only hint he gave is he was working on a new controller for this arcade game that he has never made before. So if you think about it, that eliminates flight stick, that eliminates yoke, that eliminates spinners, right? Eliminates games with small trackballs. Um, Eliminates the Akari Warriors joystick, right? So the question is what arcade control has Glenn not made yet? And could that be what's happening, right? So I think I've guessed it. I think I figured it out because I had to go through, write down a list of all the GRS products. And let me I got a picture of it right here for you. So, and I was like, okay, cool. What hasn't Glenn made before? And it's been hard to figure out, right? It's been hard to figure out, but I think I got it. All right, guys, let me know what you think. It's Whack-A-Mole, dang it. Paperboy, handlebars. Maybe it's handlebars. Lunar Lander. Glenn did mention he had a thruster working. Lunar Lander wouldn't surprise me. So in my opinion, and keep in mind, I'm not going to show you all the research as much as we love spreadsheets, but keep in mind the spreadsheets were for real. So for example, if you look at the top right corner, we have our PDubs spreadsheet in the top right corner. After much investigation and deliberation, there's only one controller that Glenn has not made yet that makes the most sense for the New Wave Toys product, ladies and gentlemen. And that is, simply put, the banana joystick for Food Fight. It's got to be it. It's got to be it. Glenn has not made a banana joystick yet, ladies and gentlemen. So it's got to be this. It's got to be a full-size Food Fight with a banana joystick. Let me know your thoughts in the live chat. That would be pretty cool in my opinion. I wouldn't mind a full size Food Fight cabinet. I wouldn't mind that. But honestly, who knows, right? Who knows? But keep in mind, Glenn, that's the only teaser Glenn said a few months ago is it's a controller that he's never done before. So you really got to think about it. Like, what arcade games did not use a yoke, did not use a joystick, did not use this? Like, what has Glenn not made yet? And maybe we'll figure it out. Glenn hasn't told anybody as far as I know. I haven't heard any rumors except for a couple people telling me, like I told you, they said it's going to be Berserk or Frenzy or something of that nature, right? Which wouldn't be that horrible, but still, knowing New Wave Toys, Multicade. Oh, I've heard rumors where people are like, it's going to be like a larger GRS Buildicade. And honestly, if you think about what this company's all about, New Wave Toys, making arcade recreations, I don't know. That just doesn't make sense to me. I mean, it's already hard enough to pivot from one form factor to another, but then to pivot your entire mission statement, your strategy, and the heart of your company, which is building arcade recreations and to pivot over and say, hey, we're going to make like gigantic GRS buildicades where people can put a Raspberry Pi in it and upload thousands of illegal pirated games. That just doesn't feel like New Wave Toys to me. I don't see them signing on for that. So if anything, I think it would be a dedicated arcade machine that might only have one game on it, might have a few, who knows. But we'll see. And hopefully it comes out this week. I mean, if you guys want there to be an announcement this week, if you're looking forward to hearing about new companies, give us a 1 in the chat. If you think it's a crowded enough market and you're fine just waiting for Arcade1Up and AtGames to give you what you're looking for, give us a 0. But in my opinion, the more companies, the better. Again, there's strong rumors out there as well that John D started up his own arcade company. No clue where that's at as well. That'll be interesting to see if he does come out with something and what that's going to be as well. John D also seems like the kind of guy, kind of like Shiloh, that would make a dedicated machine. I don't see John D really doing a multicade. You know what I mean? Whereas if I told you guys I was starting an arcade company where I'm going to sell you arcade machines or arcade peripherals, I think you guys would have a good vibe that would be like, oh yeah, PDubs is going to make a multicade, which is what I would do. I would give you guys some kind of a multicade, right? But of course that'll never happen. I'm not doing that. I'm just giving you an example, right? But when you look at John and when you look at Shiloh and these guys, it really seems like it'll be dedicated machines, right? It'll be dedicated machines. So there you go. Yeah. Yeah. The banana stick, 49 ways, baby. So yeah, that would be cool to see as well. I love Silent Scope, the arcade game, even though it's a massive machine. Whenever I head up to Tilt in Arizona at the Arizona Mills Mall, they have both Silent Scope games there. And I love playing both of those games whenever I go there. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. One more competition will keep pressure to make better products. Yep, that's always been my belief. Scott says he would 100% shell out for a food fight with the correct arcade joystick. That would be cool as well. JT Games says we already have tons of those options, only one with dedicated art. Well, technically, AtGames now is making more dedicated art, but keep in mind, there's still multicades, right? So, like, if you get their upcoming Legends Ultimate that's got Killer Instinct on it, yeah, it's got Killer Instinct marquee and side panel artwork and stuff, but that's it. It's just for the one game, right? And of course, like, their pinball machines, you know, they're at least putting dedicated artwork on instead of multi-pin or instead of the multi-pin artwork that they put on the other ones. I just came back from Arizona. Do all the women in Arizona have tattoos? I wish I could answer that question. I don't get out much, man. I don't get out much, man. My biggest worry for New Wave Toys will be the shipping cost they will charge. All we can say is, you know, New Wave Toys is a much smaller company than the other guys. So whatever venture they're going on, assume it's going to cost them a lot of money to make it a reality. And that money, obviously, is going to bleed, filter, trickle down into us paying for those products, right? So I'm sure it's going to be expensive no matter what it is. But that's the joy of America. It's a free world. If you don't want to buy it, whatever it is, don't buy it. It's that simple, right? You're not obligated or forced to do anything. So yeah. I want an AtGames Back to the Future Zen Pinball FX cabinet. Yeah, that artwork would look kind of fun in my opinion if they could pull that off. That would be pretty cool as well. I got to go get the papers, like Goodfellas. There you go. All right, let's go ahead and get our PDubs spreadsheet off the top right corner there. But I mean, that's pretty much it for New Wave Toys, guys. I mean, I'm hoping it happens this week. If you keep in mind, crap like this gets delayed all the time. If they delayed again, temper your expectations. But, you know, they said last week it could be this week. So I'm hoping by the end of the week, we'll all have something fun to talk about throughout the weekend, right? It'd be kind of cool to talk about something new. And also, speaking of new things, one thing that I always found fun is modding your Arcade1Ups, right? So and speaking of which, this weekend, Saturday, March 10th, is the Zapcon Festival. Are any of you guys going to Zapcon? Let me know in the live chat. Zapcon will be in Mesa, Arizona, Arcade and Pinball Convention, March 9th and 10th. I will be there. Excuse me. I will be there. I'm sorry. It's Saturday, March 9th, Sunday, March 10th. I will be there this Saturday, March 9th. I will not be there on the 10th. So you might run into me March 9th if you're going to go to Zapcon. Zapcon is super fun. I love it. But I only have time this weekend to go there on Saturday. So hopefully I'll run into you guys while I'm there. I'm going to bring a couple of cameras with me and stuff. So you'll probably catch me if you just look for somebody filming something, as well as look for the guy with the backwards baseball hat and the goatee. Hat to the back, baby. Hat to the back is back. So make sure you guys check that out, right? So yeah, there you guys go. All right. So Zapcon this Saturday should be super, super fun. I did sign up to bring my Labyrinth pinball machine, but then I saw another guy is bringing his Labyrinth pinball machine, and I was like, okay, if I'm the only one bringing Labyrinth, why should I bring mine and have mine get destroyed with hundreds of people touching it? So I might not bring my pinball machine with. We'll see. We'll see. I got to talk to my buddy Jake, who was going to help me transport it, but there you go. I don't charge for autographs, and I don't have a booth or anything. I'm just going to be like you guys, walking around playing pinball, playing arcade games, taking some pictures, talking to some vendors. But yeah, make sure you check it out if you're interested. Zapcon, here, I'll put the link in the live chat here for you. If you happen to be in town, Mesa, Arizona this Saturday. Okay, so let's talk about oh man, this is a horrible picture. All right, let's talk about 1943. So the 1943 arcade mod has begun. I'm waiting on a couple of things to be sent to me, and once they're sent to me, I can literally bang out this mod in less than a day because I've done all the prep work. But I'm talking about putting in the guts, as well as I'm waiting on the marquee and the bezel and the control panel. Once I get those from the guy I'm ordering it from, we could literally get this thing done in one day. So I wanted to show something to you guys in case you haven't seen this before. So when it comes to 1943, here's a quick view of 1943 arcade machine. Now, you know what's interesting is when you look at this one, right? Like, which Arcade1Up would you mod and turn into a 1943? What's the Arcade1Up that everyone is modding right now, particularly my good friend 19K Fox. Particularly my good friend 19K Fox. Is those Capcom cabinets, right? Those HS1s or whatever they're making, right? They're Street Fighter Deluxes, right? Street Fighter Deluxes, right? Like, this is one way 1943 was released. In fact, this was the majority of them were released this way, right? I got multiple pictures I'm going to show you here. So honestly, if you wanted to do a 1943 mod, you could take like an Arcade1Up Street Fighter 2 Deluxe and do this, and it would look really, really cool. It would look, yeah, the Dynamo HS5. Thanks so much, Mike. I kept thinking HS1 for some reason. So yeah, you could totally do that, right? And it would probably look really, really cool. But keep in mind, guys, I didn't want to have to buy a whole new machine. I didn't want to have to buy another Arcade1Up just to mod it. So, of course, I had the Pac-Man Plus Cabaret, right? And 1943, although it was predominantly released, you know, HS5 conversions or whatever, there were some 1943 arcades that were, you know, more of a low boy, as you might say, right? Now, usually a lot of the 1942s, you're familiar with looking like these, right? You know, with the wood grain. I know this is a horrible picture, but it's the only one I could find on Google. But they're out there. They're out there. You might find a wood grain 1943, which is why when I started this project with the Pac-Man Plus, I was like, you know what? Pac-Man Plus might look cool. The Arcade1Up Pac-Man Plus with the 1943 medallion on it. Let me know what you think, guys. Here is a quick teaser of the mod. But here is our 1943 medallion on our Pac-Man Cabaret cabinet, our Pac-Man Plus Arcade1Up. So let me know what you guys think about this. This is the quick teaser. Personally, I think it looks pretty cool. Wait till you see the marquee and the bezel and the control panel, as well as what I'm doing with the riser, because this has a riser. So this particular arcade cabinet. So I thought you guys might like to see this. I think it looks great. I think I'm going to be very happy with this project, even though it's not a cabinet I intend on keeping. Once I finish it, I'm going to post it up for sale on OfferUp or Facebook Marketplace and give it to somebody. But again, this was just like, can we make a fun cabaret something out of an Arcade1Up cabaret cabinet? Thanks so much, guys. I'm glad you guys like it in the chat. I'm glad you guys are digging it. Wait till you see the finished product, but I wanted you guys to know it's underway. The cabinet's already been gutted. In fact, all the new hardware has been put in except for the hardware, that's going to go inside the control panel and all that. So I'm just waiting on the control panel art, the marquee art, and the bezel art, and then I can finish this off in a day. We should be ready, by next week. No shoes! The picture was taken when the modding was complete. Just like a lot of you, I don't wear shoes in the house. But whenever I do housework, like if I'm moving stuff or modding stuff, I do wear shoes because I believe you should protect your feet, right? I did kick it off. Yes, it is going to be a vertical screen. It is going to be a vertical screen mod. Vertical screen project. So there you go. I think this is going to look pretty cool. I just love the way this artwork looks. I'll be honest, guys. I think the 1943 artwork is so sexy compared to the 1942. Like, it would have been really easy just to make this a 1942 cabaret. But when I looked at the 1942 versus the 1943 artwork, I was like, I really want that 1943 artwork on there. So that's where we're at. So once that's done, we'll do a whole special thing about it on Multicade Mondays, walk you through the mod if it inspires you to do the mod yourself or to take some of the ideas and do something. That's what this stuff's all about, right? That's why YouTubers make all this content about mods and stuff. It's just for inspiration, right? Just for inspiration. You're not obligated to do anything. So we'll take care of that. Mystery Encoder's here. Hey, Mystery, real quick, how are you guys looking on releasing your hacks for, don't you have like a T2 hack and a Killer Instinct hack or something coming out? I think it's the T2 hack. Where you guys at with that, Mystery Encoder? People are waiting. Yeah, Blitzmas. When are we going to celebrate Blitzmas, Mystery Encoder? I actually don't have an Arcade1Up NFL Blitz anymore, but I'm excited for everyone who's going to have the ability to do those mods. Unfortunately, I won't be able to film any videos showing off the mod because I don't have one. I don't feel like going and buying the cabinet just to make that video. So big opportunity for those out there who wanna make videos for those mods when Mystery Encoder gets them out, or Team Encoder, I should say. Let us know. Oh, what are we doing to the ALP 4K? What is he doing? Look, Michael B's ready to mod his T2. And in fact, the T2 mod, I'm not going to be able to film anyway because I completely gutted mine. And I threw out the PCB and all that stuff. So unfortunately, you're going to have someone else film it. Like I told Mystery Encoder, I got products coming and going all the time. You gotta send me the mods faster if you want me to film them. Yeah, KI mod. Yeah, the KI mod has supposedly been in work forever. Where is the KI mod? Oh, check this out. He's been working on stuff for 4K that will work on the 1UP Pinball. So that's where the Pinner 4.0 is coming from. There you go. We won't be releasing anything publicly for ALP 4K just because AtGames sells tables. But we do have VPX running on the PCB. Oh, dude, that's awesome. That's awesome. There you go. No need to connect a PC. Yeah, you can't really release that mod right now. AtGames will come after you. AtGames is a whole new company these days, guys. It's a whole new companies these days. So let's pull up some stuff here. So I wanted to talk to you. Speaking of AtGames, this is actually a pretty good pivot. Where is it? So as you guys know, I've had my ALP4K. I've been very slow with doing content. I think I've only been able to do like a quick control panel mod. We got lots more content coming for that thing. Never fear. They can't stop us from making those videos. And I wanted to talk to you guys real quick. How many of you guys played Snoopy Pinball on your ALP4K? How many of you guys played them? Let me know in the live chat. I'm pull up a video here because I meant to record something with my phone earlier, but I totally forgot to. Let's pull up. Let's see. Let's pull up. No, why is everyone posting shorts? How hard is it just to post a regular video these days? Everyone's posting these shorts. Ugh. What's a guy supposed to do to see some gameplay of Snoopy? Well, I like this guy. I like Kelsel's Arcade. We can kind of stick this in the background here. So Kelsel's Arcade, let's take a peek here. So just give you a little something in the background because nobody wants to post a normal size video. Everyone wants to post shorts, vertical, tiny videos. Make sure you check out Kelsel's Arcade. He's also an Arizona native, and he picked up a 4K pinball. I know he's been very happy with it. When it comes to the 4K Snoopy, here's what I could tell you is when I first played it, I was like, okay, it works like visually, the table, beautiful. Like it looked really, really good compared to the Pinball FX version. You know how Adam's Family was really toned down, like the colors and stuff. Like they really had to take some stuff out there. Peanuts looked really good when I first fired it up. I was like, okay, it looks good. Fired it up, played it for a couple minutes, and I was like, okay, it's a little weird. I think there's flipper lag, but I can't tell. Maybe I'm just moving too slow, you know what I mean? Like, or I'm moving too fast, you know? But then I went and I played a Magic Pixel game. And when you play like a Magic Pixel game, like the Taito games or the Zakaria games or all that stuff, there's like zero lag. It's like absolutely incredible. As you guys know, the AtGames Legends Pinball now has upwards of 130 games that you could play on it today already, which is fantastic. That's a lot of games. That's a lot of games. So they're upwards of 130 games, and 128 of them run good. There's only a few issues. Some of the games, the back glasses need fixed. Like Space Invaders has like the wrong back glass image on it. Some of the images, like some of the Taito games, you could tell that the original image that they designed to put on the AtGames HD, which was a smaller screen, has just been stretched. And when it's stretched to fit the full screen of, the newer pinball, like it, some of them, they don't look perfect, right? Like there's some adjustments that need to be made to the back glass, but it's not the end of the world. It's nothing to scream and cry about. But out of 128 games, the only two games that, in my opinion, that I've tested that aren't running good are, unfortunately, both of them Zen Studios games as of today, right? Adam's Family and Snoopy. Now, if you play a Taito game and then immediately jump into and go play Peanuts, and if you come back and tell me that Peanuts has zero flipper lag, I got a bridge to sell you. It's absolutely noticeable, especially if you play another table, then jump into Snoopy and give it a shot. Some of my buddies were doing, they're doing the calculations. They're busting out the calculators and the slow motion videos. And they're saying that the Snoopy table is probably around 4 to 5 frame delay, like 4.5, which still needs to get down to like a 2 frame delay, right? So it's definitely way better than the Addams Family. It feels better, it plays better, and the lag is better, but it's not perfect. It still needs fixed. It still needs dialed in. It still needs addressed. So I just want to give you a heads up there. As this stuff continues to improve, we'll keep talking about it. Is it the end of the world? I mean, you got a machine right now with the potential, depending on what you've paid for it, the potential of playing 130 games on it. 128 of them run really good. Couple back glass images are messed up that I'm sure they can fix in a quick, patch. But when it comes to the Snoopy and the Zen Studios, I'm sorry, the Addams family and Snoopy Zen Studios, there's still work to be done there to get these games running efficiently on the hardware. It's got to be something going on with the engine. I've heard from some people, they say that, this stuff, it runs off the Unreal Engine, and they're having issues getting all that stuff working with AtGames. And I'm like, I don't know, man. Like, I don't dive that deep into it. Like, all I care about it is when I hit the button, does it play the way it should, right? And will it eventually be fixed? Sure. I think so. I don't think 6 months from now this will even be a talking point. I just think that occasionally some people are, sometimes you're going to have games come out that have issues. That's inevitable, especially with the number of games AtGames wants to release for you to run natively. But, is this something to scream and cry about and lose your mind over? At this point, for me, no, but it's definitely disappointing because it feels like these games should have been really, really dialed in before they even released them, right? Before they even released them. So this one right here, actually the 4K keeps me logged in. What's interesting is the only time it logged me out was when, you guys remember they just did that firmware update. So that's what's nice about the 4K user interface and the servers or whatever they're using with the machines to keep your login credentials held in there and automatically signing you in. I got the 4K machine. I built it. I had to log in that first time and it's stuck. And I turned that machine on and off 10, 20 times, did the firmware update. And when I did the firmware update, it logged me out. So after the firmware update, I had to log in. But since I logged in, I haven't had to log in again. So when it comes to whatever they did with the 4K, with holding on to your credentials, I'm happy with, man. I'm happy with. But yeah, when it comes to the HD line of products, I don't know why that issue is even there. Shampoo Swan, I've been very happy with mine. Well, keep in mind, I love Michael B. Michael B loves me, and there are times where we're going to disagree on things. There are times where I disagree with other people. There are times people are going to disagree with me, and it's all a matter of opinions. But I always try to tell you guys, like, look, dude, this sucks, or hey, guys, I think this is cool, or I think this sucks. It's all opinions, right? You're really messing with my Zen thing, man. James hates everything. I put several hours into Snoopy. It does not feel like it was play tested. What's interesting is when I first turned it on, that was the first game I played. Like I had entered my redemption code because I paid for it. I fired it up. I turned on Snoopy. I started playing it. And I was like, something feels a little off, but maybe it's me. Maybe it's because I haven't played this machine in a couple days. Like, what's going on? And then I played a couple title games, and man, whatever Magic Pixel did, holy shit. It's like there is like zero lag when you're playing the Magic Pixel tables. It's incredible. You're like, hey, pick up the phone. Pick up the phone. What'd you guys do? Hey, Magic Pixel, what'd you do? We're having problems here. So yeah, there you go. There is lag on the Snoopy table, and if people are saying there is absolutely no lag, they are out of their freaking minds. It's there. Is it horrible? Is it as bad? In my opinion, Addams Family is unplayable. Like, it's unplayable. Snoopy is playable. It honestly feels like the same amount of lag when we were playing the Gottlieb games on the Toy Shock machine, right? It's like this. It's just a slight delay. It's annoying, but you can get used to it, right? You can get used to it. Does that make sense? But it's there, especially if you jump from game to game and you jump into it and you like all of a sudden your timing completely changes, right? It's pretty funny, man. So there you guys go. There you go. PDubs, quick hint, the stagging leaderboards you looked at a while ago. I don't know what you're talking about, man. DM me after the show or on Discord right now. What confuses me is why is Zen compiling their crap to Android versus compiling for Linux, which they could do since it's Unreal Engine 4. I don't know, man. It's all way above my pay grade, man. WWE 2K24 launches tomorrow. How many of you guys are going to pick it up? I'll be honest. They had me at casket match. When it comes to like the wrestling and the sports games, I don't see the need to buy the game every year because they release them yearly. Madden 21, 22, 23, 24, right? But when it comes to like the WWE game, like I picked up WWE 2K22. I skipped 2K23. 2K24, they're like, oh yeah, we're bringing in the casket match. I was like, sold. I'm in. I'll be picking up 2K24. Hey, thanks, Quartercade. Greatly appreciate it. I just noticed that too. Yeah, I always appreciate you guys' support, man. We got a couple hundred people here. Make sure you guys go check out Kelsel's Arcade. I don't know if one of the moderators could do us a favor. Share a link to Rob Kelsel's YouTube channel since we used his footage. It's only fair. Put that in the live chat right now for the viewers. He did a good job here showing off the Snoopy table. I just wish he shot it in horizontal mode. And again, I am really behind on content. And what stinks is a lot of the content I need to make is pinball stuff. And I've heard a lot of people get mad at pinball stuff. And I'm like, okay, well, I'll do a pinball video, but throw something in between. But like the only thing really going on right now is pinball stuff, at least in my universe, right? So it's like, it's kind of hard to satisfy the masses. And you're like, oh, geez, he just made his 9th pinball video in a row. You know what I mean? And I'm talking real and virtual pinball. I got a lot of, I'm not like one or the other. I cover both, right? So, yeah, there you go. All right, good stuff. Yeah, thanks so much, Jason. Check out Kelsel's Arcade. Rob, thanks so much for letting us use that during our live chat. So, in my opinion, if people are panicking, thinking it's the end of the world, that these tables will never run efficiently, blah, 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 I have a feeling in due time, they're going to figure it out, right? They're going to figure it out. And hopefully we get to the point where they're like, ladies and gentlemen, today, Star Trek, The Next Generation is available for you to download onto your AtGames Pinball machine. Hopefully we can download it and they'll be flipper lag free. Hopefully we'll get to that point as they start porting this stuff over. Let's not forget that when the AtGames high definition products came out, we had all kinds of issues, guys. I mean, it took Magic Pixel and Farsight Studios a while to get everything the running the way they do now. Shit takes time, I get it. It just feels like a lot of this should have been done before the product was even released. Unfortunately, Chris, we had to turn off our AtGames group. We let's just put it this way. Snitches get stitches. Snitches get stitches. And there's going to be some people out there who are going to be getting some very deep stitches from me sooner than they think. But snitches get stitches, and we had to turn off our AtGames Facebook group, ladies and gentlemen. Let's just put it that way. But keep in mind, who gives a shit? It's Facebook. I got so much going on in my life. What do I care? Yeah, James. I know it wasn't you, James, but you and I can talk about it later. Yeah, apparently unofficial groups get, snitches. Yeah, it came to my attention that some really nasty things were happening once it became known that we had a Facebook group. Yeah. And yeah, that's not cool. Can't really say anything more at this time, but trust me, it's not the last you've heard from me about it. I'm kind of a dick. So I know a lot of you aren't really interested in the company called ThinkUp, who, they're doing this shuffle golf game, which a lot of people, we covered last week. It was like one of the only topics that happening. And the only reason why it's even relevant is because of who they used to be. Who they used to work for, who they partnered with, right? If you think about it, if any shuffle golf came out, and there's tons of them, you can go to Walmart's website right now, you can go to Amazon's website right now, and you can buy stuff like this right now. You know what I'm saying? You can go buy this crap right now, right? Question is this the one for you, the size, the price, and all that kinds of stuff. By the way, congratulations to ThinkUp guys. They hit their goal, 127 backers. So this product's going to end up becoming a reality and shipping soon, right? So and keep that in mind, guys. You know, if it wasn't for the fact that ThinkUp used to work with Arcade1Up and were the original creators of the Arcade1Up cabinets, as well as the Infinity Game Table, Infinity Game Board, none of us would have been talking about it. Nobody in this space would have made a single video or mentioned it on any podcast if it wasn't for the fact of who they were, right? Or who they used to be, or who they used to partner with, right? However you want to look at it. Think about it. I know I wouldn't have covered it. I covered it because I thought it was interesting that this company that used to work with Arcade1Up is now making this stuff and stuff like that. Yes, that is true, Mystery Encoder. That is absolutely true. So yeah. So when it comes to that, however, so I did a stream, if you guys remember, the day that the Kickstarter went live and they kicked out the emails, and I was pretty much like, you know, this isn't for me, but it's interesting. Like, it's what this company's doing, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? Like, I don't crap on things unless I really want to crap on things. Like, I was like, you know, it is what it is, right? Well, anyway, so check this out, guys. Apparently the guys over at ThinkUp, Jerry and the team, they saw our stream. They saw your reactions in the live chat. They reached out to me and they asked if they could come on the channel and talk about ThinkUp, this product, and hopefully other products in the works that could be fun for our game room. So I thought about it for a day or two and I was like, you know what? I always love interviewing people and it's always fun to hear new things. And, you know, if I can get my hands on a candy claw or a dartboard or something like that, you know me and my coin pushers, shit like that. Like if they're coming up with something cool, I might want to hear about it. So just a heads up, later on this week, I think it might be Tuesday, Wednesday, might be tomorrow, might be Wednesday. We're going to have ThinkUp come on and we're just going to talk to them, just see what's up. And when it comes to their relationship with Arcade1Up, just ask some basic questions about, like, you know, what happened? I'm sure they're not going to want to dive into the separation with Arcade1Up. I'm sure they're not going to want to dive into that separation, right? So yeah, we'll have them come on. They reached out to me. I was surprised because I didn't do it. But you know who I should invite on when I do this interview? I should have Detroit Love come on, because Detroit Love backed this Kickstarter and he is super excited for it. He thinks this product's a winner. So yeah, we're going to whatchamacallit. I'll try and get Detroit Love to come on at the same time as them. So yeah, it'd be fun to hear the story, right? I mean, I had Barrels of Fun Pinball come on, and we got to hear the story about how that whole pinball company started. And that was really, really interesting. We had Retro Science come on. We have ThinkUp coming on. We have two indie game studios coming on. Who else do we got coming on? Oh, well, no, I can't say that one yet. Well, there's a big one I'm trying to land. There's a big fish I'm trying to land. And hopefully I can make that happen. But it's not guaranteed yet. But the overture has been made. But it would be really nice if we could land this guy. So there's stuff in the works. You know, I will get you these interviews. I mean, just tune in, check it out. You know, see what's up. And if you're not interested, don't watch. I don't care. Either way works for me. But yeah, we'll be working on that. No, not Iconic Arcade. All right, you guys want to know the truth? There's a guy who created a game that I absolutely love, and I would love for him to come on the show and talk about it. So I'm going to try and make that happen. We'll see. We got a little bit of swag in our steps now. We got what? Are we at 20,000 subscribers yet? Have we even passed that mark? Oh, I mean, a lot of other guys passed it before me, but, you know, they pulled out their credit cards to make that happen. But when it comes to like real engagement, let's see where we're at, guys. Nope. We're still short, guys. We're still short like 2 or 3 people. Dang it. We're not going to be able to ask these guys to come on with a 1 in front of our subscriber count. You guys got to hit that button so we can get the big fish. Yep. Yeah. I'm right here, PDubs. You don't have to call me that big fish. Man, I've been dying to get Chaotic on, but he's always busy. No, I'm kidding. There you go. Is the game roll the circle down the street with the stick? Oh, you guys are hilarious. There you go. I tried to subscribe again. There you go. But yeah, there's a couple big fish we're trying to land, have them come on for you guys. I think it'd be really, really cool. So that's what's going on with Shuffle Golf. That's what's going on with AtGames. That's where we're at with 1943. I'm hoping if I can get the stuff by the end of this week, I could bang that out this Sunday, because Saturday I'll be at Zapcon. Bang out that project on Sunday and show it off to you guys on Monday. So I'm really hoping the stuff arrives before Friday. Hopefully it does. Come on, Sabo. He knows I'm waiting. And then whatchamacallit? And then we'll be at Zapcon. Because the internet signal, even though they provide Wi-Fi, isn't that great there. I don't know if I'll stream live from Zapcon, but I'll probably take pictures, record some video, and show that off to you guys after the fact. Hopefully that'll be fun. And if you're going to be at Zapcon, let me know. Let's see here. What else is going on in the world, guys? What else is going on in the world? I think I had one more thing. Oh yeah, New Wave Toys. It's going to be really cool if they can get their announcement out by the end of the week. And remember, the only hint we have is what Glenn said a few months ago when Glenn said the project involves him building a controller he's never done before. So if you think about it, any game with a flight stick, a yoke, a mini trackball, a spinner, like it can't be any of those games, right? It can't be any of those games. That's why it has to be the Food Fight banana stick. It's got to be Food Fight, right? That's where my money is. That's where my money is. I'm loving the Food Fight banana stick. Also, guys, make sure you join my Discord. We're doing a Popeye high score challenge in my Discord. So all you have to do is join my Discord. Link is in the video description below. I'm sure Jason will share the link as well in the live chat, or Ritual Dello. By the way, big shout out to Jason, Ritual Dello, and Rebel. They've been moderating our Discord. Our Discord has like 230 people or something like that. Like we've already grown past some other people's Discords like in less than 2 months. Our Discord's awesome. We have a new thing called Game of the Week, where if you guys want to participate. Now, what stinks about this is because we're playing Popeye the arcade game, you have to take a picture of your high score and post it in here. You have until the end of the week. You have until March 9th to play Popeye on whatever device you have access to play it on, and post pictures of your high score. As you can see, the entries are already coming in. Who's going to be the Popeye champ? That's right. No drama in my Discord. Absolutely not. Not allowed. It's all about having a good time. As well as make sure you guys check out the YouTube video that I posted yesterday. We're doing a Pinball FX tournament for Star Trek The Next Generation. I don't know if one of my moderators could grab the username and password and throw it in the live chat. When it comes to that, I set it up wrong, okay? On Pinball FX, when you create a tournament, and you can pick like, okay, what game are you playing? Do you want it to be classic? Do you want it to be with the arcade mode with all the power-ups? How many balls? Whatever. Like, I accidentally picked that you could only play one time. Star Trek The Next Generation on Pinball FX. And I didn't notice until after I set it up. And here's what sucks. Once you start a tournament in Pinball FX, you can't cancel it. You can't turn it off. Zen Studios, if you're out there, give us this ability. You can't modify it. You can't turn it off. You can't do anything. So now it's stuck. And once you create a tournament, I can't create another one for another 6 days. So make sure you guys, go to Pinball FX, go to tournaments, go in the search bar, type tournament 3HKL, password PDubs, and keep in mind, it's the one game challenge for Star Trek The Next Generation. Highest score wins. There's leaderboards there. So basically, here's my recommendation. Play the game a few times, get some warm-ups in, and then go play, because you only get one chance, 3 balls. Future tournaments, we'll set it up for unlimited play. That way, you know, you can play as many times as you want to get the highest score. So my apologies. Now, this participation level is depending upon you guys. If you guys are actually showing me you're interested in playing these arcade games, and if you guys show me that you're actually interested in playing these pinball games, because we're going to do two all the time. So there's always an arcade game. There's always a pinball game to play. If you guys show me you're interested in it, as you guys know, I got a lot of friends out there. I will hunt down and try and get prize pools and stuff like that, you know, from some of our modding companies. I'll try and do that. Or, as you guys know, hell, I've already donated, what, $8,000 back to the viewers of my channel. I'll kick in the money myself, and we'll do some prize pools. But we're not doing it for the first one. But we're going to see if you guys are actually interested before we incentivize it. Does that make sense? Yeah. One chance, 3 balls, the pressure. So look at it that way. But if you need to practice before, then hop in the tournament. So yeah. See if you can beat my score. I think on Star Trek The Next Generation, I got like 86 million off one try, you know? And then Meatball Saucy came in and got 140. Damn you! So yeah, there you go. All right. So do me a favor, guys. We're gonna put a pin in it a couple minutes early. I gotta go spend some time with the family. I have so many YouTube videos to make. I have so much promised content that I've told you guys stuff I'm making. It's coming. I appreciate your patience. I appreciate your support. The videos will come out as soon as I can get them out to you. I just can't make as many videos as I used to. And then I appreciate your support. We're going to hit 20,000 hopefully by tomorrow. That's huge. And we'll probably do, even though I did that big giveaway in December, the Christmas one, I will do a small giveaway stream when we hit 20,000. So we'll set that up in the future as well. I have some other stuff here that I can give away. It's not going to be anything major, probably be a bunch of small stuff, but it could be shit you like, right? Give us a thumbs up on the way out. If you're interested in Michael B. the Game Genie, go ahead and head over to his channel and tell him I said hi, and it's a raid from the Loft. I didn't set up a redirect. Whew, potty break. Okay, guys, have a good night. I'll talk to you real soon. And remember, it's Monday. Go play your multicades. Oh, wait. Huge news. Big news for the 150 of you who stayed. That 2 terabyte Bobby Batacera build, I got my hands on it. That content's coming soon as well. So just a heads up there. All right, guys, we'll talk real soon. You guys have a good night.